You can still hear it. That's the problem.
Got the Simpson movement once again.
You gonna turn it down or what?
I did. It's at 10 out of 100.
We can still hear it.
That better?
Make sure you don't hear SmackDown behind me. Fair enough. Anyways, Made Spider Game. What? Why are you fucking up my stream? Made Spider Game here, aka Mr. AKA. Put your mama in the figure four leg lock. This is Friday Night Yerrr. We're here. We're live. We're ready. If you just saw our stream beforehand, me versus Mr. Hennessy, I got the red brand, the Suwu brand versus his SmackDown brand, the Blood Cartel versus Bulletproof Gaming. I'll subscribe to all them channels right there. That's all I asked for. Nothing left. But Raw is ahead. You know, Jeff Hardy is our WWE champion. He had to be desperate and book Rock versus Brock as the main event. But, you know, we chilling. Roman Reigns is still his champion. But we good. Nonetheless, we here. Jeremy Pierce, how you feeling?
I'm doing better than some, no worse than others. Just chilling. Just enjoying a 6-day weekend. High Risk Wrestling Podcast, new episode for 6-day weekend. Got all this, got a bunch of what's it called? PTO that I got to use. It's either use it or lose it at my job. So I got a 6-day weekend. I'm gonna have I got 5 more days to use. But new episode tomorrow, no Sunday, because tomorrow's Survivor Series. So episode will be on Sunday. It'll be the review of Survivor Series, and we'll take a look at the world of wrestling, talk about Ishii versus Jericho from Dynamite, which was an awesome match. I recommend it to anybody, but that's what we got cooking. It's not my fault I like good wrestling.
Roman Reigns,
I'm here. Match was good. From every point I've seen of it, Jericho went clean. So I mean, I guess I don't know if he's starting to become a face or he. I mean, it's just being typical Jericho, proving that he can win without cheating. I'll take on that.
I mean, it's your boy Hollywood Sensei of the Blur Cartel, man. They came me to put that shit on.
Mike was good. I'm chilling.
Ready to talk about some Full Gear, War Games tomorrow.
Yeah, War Games tomorrow. Saturday pay-per-views are back in full effect. But the first match in War Games was, please end this fucking feud. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus in a cage.
It's a really good match.
It was okay. But, one at a time. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
P. Jeremy Pierce, how'd you feel about that match?
It was really good. It was a really good match. Still don't know why Luchasaurus turned on Jungle Boy. I'm sorry, Jack Perry. But the feud is the Jack Perry Luchasaurus part is over. It's now we're just waiting for Christian to get healed so Jack Perry can beat him. But it was a really good match, and I think another thing to point out was that it gets elevated because AEW doesn't do a lot of steel cage matches. I think this is the 4th steel cage match they've had.
That's the second one this year.
Okay, it's still the 4th or 5th they've had in the 3-year history of the company, and they've said they're going to do the match as little as possible to help elevate a feud. And I think they did elevate the feud. It was a really good match.
So you mean to tell me Bucks versus Lucha Bros, this Cody versus Wardlow, and it was only one other cage match?
Yeah, let me check. AEW steel cage matches. They've only had 3 or 4. Well, get everybody's opinion. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Roman Reigns, did you watch the match? How did you feel about the match?
From what I've seen of it, it's okay.
You can't Goose. You can't say from what you've seen unless you've seen the whole match. You can't judge a match off of bits and pieces. You can't do that.
I seen the ending of it. It had a good finish.
Then you.
But I'm not gonna comment on it. So.
Oh, thanks, appreciate it. You was told Jeremy to. Okay, Hollywood Sensei, how do you feel about this cage match?
I mean, it was alright. I saw it. You know, it was okay. Yeah. Did I care for it going in? No. Didn't. I didn't care for it at all. But I watched it, for the purpose of the show. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna just watch this, John.
Was it a barn burner? No. Was I looking forward to the match? No, because pretty much for the fact that Jungle Boy got hoed in the previous pay-per-view, just got choke slam on a steel grate and just like, all right, that was it. But the steel cage is okay, whatever. None of that has blood. They keep using Jungle Boy's family as a prop. Fair enough, whatever. It was what it was. I guess the right person won. Bonka finished a feud. Nothing to cream over.
Right.
Jeremy Pierce, you loved it.
Love is a strong word. So
you loved it.
I said I really, really liked it, and it was a good booking for the Luchasaurus Jungle Boy part of the feud. Now we need to see what happens with. We gotta wait for Christian to get healed, but I thought it was one of the better matches on the show.
You loved it, anyways. So what are we getting star ratings for out of 5? Give it a 2. Give it a 2.
3.5 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
That's absurd, Cam.
I'll get this John
absurd.
That's absurd that you would give that match a 2 out of 5. Which if you're giving them, and hold on, if it's consistent, if the consensus is it's one of the better matches from a general public, it's one of the better matches on the show, and you give it a 2 out of 5. But
the whole show is subpar. So
you said what?
So that means from here on out, most of the matches you're going to give on the show will be a 2 out of 5, right? Are you going to say true to that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll have reasons behind it. So
okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll give it a 2.5.
What? You just said 2. You just gonna give it a 2?
I give it 2.5. It's not going above it. It's not going to a 3. I'll give it that.
But that's just how their booking is. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. I mean, it's just how the booking is.
2.5 from me.
Solid 3 out of 5.
I mean,
3. Don't get on me.
I think I said, I think the best match on the card.
We didn't ask that. We're asking this match.
Because I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to tell you is those matches that they had in the beginning were cheeks, okay? Cheeks. But I'm not gonna comment on Full Gear because I didn't watch all of it. So.
Anyways, we'll go to the next match. I think it was the triple threat. I could be wrong. Death Triangle.
That was the second match. Death
Triangle versus the Elite. So it was pretty hard to figure out who was the faces and who was the heels in this one because the Elite came out as faces with the Carry On My Way.
They'll be using that for anytime they do a trios match.
Yeah, sure. Because they this thing was whole like
there have been 5 steel cage matches in AEW system.
Oh, 5, not 3, not 4, but 5.
That's still a lot less. It's still 5.
Anyways, Devtron versus the Elite, it was very just choreographed and rehearsed and very, very just overbooked nonsense. But I guess it was for a reason. It's going to be 7 of these. Devtron's up by 2. They did a bunch of nonsense in this match. To failing to do a buckshot lariat, to Kenny biting fucking Pac because of the Punk fight, and
all clear shots at the failure of the buckshot lariat was a shot at Punk.
It was a stupid shit. And then, we're gonna kick each other in the feet, and then we're gonna do the ring around and Rosie bullshit. I may sound like Cornette, but it's dumb. It's just stupid. It was a bad match. Good finish, though. Ray Phoenix.
I might have to excuse
You liked
myself
it.
from this
You
show.
like Circus Soleil. This is a
I might
Circus Soleil
have to
match.
excuse myself.
No, you put your
So
faith.
you like the Circus Soleil match?
You put your faith in Full Gear.
It's one. It gets a 1 out of 5 for me. I like that. I like that Phoenix to use the hammer. What's wrong? What did you? You like the Circus Soleil match? All right, cool. We get 7 of these, so enjoy yourself.
I'm not sold on AEW right now. Just not. I'm not sold right now. You gotta make me a believer, and I'm not sold on the women's division. I'm not even sold on whatever division that they got for the cruiserweights or whatever. Not sold on that. I mean, ever since Cody left, it's just been a shambles.
We're talking about this match, though.
I told you I'm not commenting on Full Gear.
Oh, thanks. Highly Sensei, how do you feel about this match?
I mean, it was a pretty okay match. I mean, it wasn't bad to me. I mean, it was like another like 3 out of 5er. You know what I mean?
3 out of 5 for the Circus Olay. Love it.
I like the
They changed Sarah Logan's name. Her name is now Valhalla. Okay.
I like how Phoenix did use the hammer. I mean, the triple tombstones was fire to me. Like, I mean, it was.
So my question is, did this pay-per-view put some butts in the seat?
Yeah, it did, because it had an over $1 million gate again. But
so they answer that question. Yeah, Jeremy, overrate this match. So let's go.
What do you want from me? It was a very good match. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. There you go.
She liked the quadruple super kicks and the quadruple.
Cam, you are biased. You have every time the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks have a match, you completely
it's overbooked. What are you talking about?
You don't look at it initially. You completely shit on them, so I don't take your opinion on their matches.
It's Circus Olay. It was so.
I thought it was a very good match
and choreographed.
The 6 of those guys are incapable of having a bad match. And
not together. It's
one
bad.
Of the better matches on the card. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5. There you go.
You gave it a 5.
I said a 3.5 out of 5.
All right, we need to stop. Okay, next match was Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose, TBS champion versus TBS champion. Not a great match. I mean, I guess you had to fill you got an Eddie tribute in the beginning for Vicky and Nyla to come out, and Jade was Chitara, I guess.
Chitara.
The match was whatever it was supposed to be. Nyla takes the L again. Jade continues to win. They're really trying to just book Chris Stanlander to come back and beat Jade at this point. I really think that's the case. But it was a one out 1.5 or 1. Take out how you want.
Oh, I thought Jade was your girl. You ain't gonna give it a high rating.
Jade, but she can only do so much for herself. I guess an opponent. And, AEW don't have the best women's roster so far, but
her matches are kind of bland. I mean, ain't got no spice to it.
I mean, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, but and then with Dr. Britt Breaker, she's even worse. So.
Britt. Well, the Britt match was mid, but Jeremy Pierce, you like this match, did you?
It was better than the first time they fought. It was fine. You like the ending was never in doubt. It was definitely better than their previous matches. The first time they fought, it was really, really bad. I put part of that on Jade for still being green, but this match is better than her last match. It was fine. It's like a 1.5 out of 5.
Oh, you agree? Thanks. Sensei, how'd you feel about this match?
Yeah, as much as I love me some Jade Cargill, this is I'm gonna take the dogs out for a walk match. I mean, bathroom break type. I mean, let me let me go look out the blind, see who outside type shit. You know what I mean? You know, just it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Definitely a 1.5. You know what I mean? You know, just I didn't like it. You know, it was a bad match. You know what I mean? It was.
All right, the next match was the Fatal 4-Way for the ROH title. Hey, ROH matches on Dynamite. Oh, not Dynamite, but AEW. But it is what it ain't. So, Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson, Carl Castagnoli, Sammy Guevara. Probably the best match on the card, hands down. 4-star match. A lot of storytelling, a lot of you're not on fucking camera things. A lot of storytelling in this match. Sammy being jealous of Jericho, trying to get his win for the ROH title. Danielson going against Claudio in this match. Everybody just doing their part in this match. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Love the match. 4 stars. Probably the best match of the night. Hands down.
I was just about to ask you if Sammy Guevara turned on Chris Jericho.
No, he did. He did what he needed to do against Jericho, but the JAS stay strong. Chris Jericho retained, obviously. Jeremy, your thoughts on the match?
It was a really, really good match. And Jericho is slowly becoming an honorable Ring of Honor champion. He's trying to like fake it. It was really good. Jericho even acknowledged, there was an interview later in the night. Jericho acknowledged like, yo, I listen, Sammy wanted to be world champion. Like Jericho has stated that he watches the show. So he's always up with continuity, and I think that definitely works. Also, I got both things on. Shout out to the Mysterios jumping to Ray getting jumped at his house by Dom and Rhea. But the match was good.
I love so major angles.
This was definitely one of the best matches of the night, and I like that we're giving Ring of Honor the spotlight until we can hopefully finally get them a TV show or something. But like the idea that when they finally get a show, if Jericho's the champion when they get their rebrand, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Good luck with that. I don't see a TV show in the near future.
How are your thoughts on the match?
I mean, out of all the matches we talked about so far, this John definitely was the best one. You know what I mean? You know, it was a solid John. You know what I mean? Good to represent ROH on the, pay-per-view. You know what I mean? I like the whole Danielson, Claudio going at it and everything. I mean, it was a solid match. I give it a 4 out of 5.
And there's a difference between Jericho and Sammy fighting, because it's Jericho assuming Sammy's going to have his back and give him the win, and Claudio and Danielson fight. It's like, all right, we fight. So at the end of the day, it's still love. Like with Sheamus and Drew. At some point, they're confused again because they just want to beat each other up.
The next match was second women's match, Saraya versus Dr. Britt Baker DMZ. This match wasn't good. Saraya still had ring rust on her. It was what it was. 1 out of 5. I mean, there's a lot of just like moments to where Saraya had to get like, there's honestly calling stuff mid stuff in the ring. It's like, oh, you remember what you're doing? You remember what you're doing? It's like, and it was just overbooked as fuck. It's just like
that's Britt Baker matches. They're always overbooked.
Another match was overbooked as fuck at the end, but we'll talk about it. Saraya wins. Whatever. I don't know what they're going to do with her further going on. Hopefully, this won't be an ongoing rivalry. But yeah,
would she win with the Rampage?
Yeah, she won with the whatever the fuck they're gonna call it now, but
The cradle DDT that she does.
Fisherman DDT. She won with that.
Yeah, I was just happy.
It was a 1.
I was just happy to see Saraya come out happy. Look, it was obvious ring rust, but she's wrestling again. I'm happy about that. That will overrule any kind of star rating for me. Somebody came back from a career-ending injury, a life-threatening injury, and they're wrestling again.
Yeah, we've seen that 3 times. We've seen it with Edge. We've seen it with Danielson.
Okay.
We've seen it. That's the new common thing. And it's like, hey,
well,
I can't wrestle no more, but I'm back in 2021.
No.
You can't diminish that, Cam. They were all going to. Paige was going to die. Danielson could have died. Edge could have died. You could say, "Oh,
they're back. They're back." There was no.
Edge.
You can be so obtruse sometimes, man.
How they're back? Is that not the common thing? They're
no,
back.
It's not common because there are other people that have had career-ending injuries. Okay, so if that's the thing, Tyson Kidd will be wrestling right now. Jason Jordan will be wrestling right now. Am I right? It's not a common thing.
It's a common thing.
It's not. Come on, Cam. Don't be like that, man. They could die, and you say it's a common thing. Like, what's wrong with you sometimes, man? That's absurd.
If they're fine with the position they're in, like Tyson Kidd being a producer, like Jason Jordan, if they're fine with the position they're in now, then that's fine. But the common thing is for them to come back from.
It's not common.
It's common. Listen, you're taking it as a negative comment. It
is a negative comment. So if it's common, Lex Luger would have came back and wrestled, right?
Lex Luger's beyond his years.
Hold on. If it's common to come back from career and life-threatening injuries, William Regal could get in the ring and take some hits, right? If it's common.
Regal's been wrestling forever. He can't.
What's wrong with Regal?
Injuries that if he wrestles again, he could die. You can't say it's common for wrestlers to have career and life-threatening injuries and then they come back because it's not common.
If
you're diminishing, you're diminishing their injuries.
I'm not. We're talking about an age factor in one of these. Lex Luger age factor is a difference.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Age said after Sting took the power bomb from Seth Rollins, he should not wrestle again. That's what they said. And look at Sting.
They, not Sting. They. Stop listening to the fucking marks on.
No. I'm listening to the doctors and what Sting said.
Stop listening to doctors. Stop listening to doctors have current lawsuits with CM Punk. I'm not trying to hear this.
Okay, Ken. All right.
Do they not? Do they not?
Go on.
Do they not?
Go the fuck on.
So the age is a factor. Lex Luger is done for. William Regal is done for. Sting is a fucking anomaly. It's common because Bryan's coming back. Edge is coming back. Paige could probably have came back earlier, but WWE did not want to invest in that. But AEW does. Fair enough.
AEW don't care.
AEW may or may not care.
Well, she has a spinal.
I thought you were going. Explain why Adam Cole isn't wrestling right now.
He's concussed.
Now listen,
but it's common to come back from injuries like that, right?
He may not wrestle again.
Depends on the concussion.
Again.
With Tony Khan's telling him not to come back.
Okay. What's the next match? What's the next match on the card? Let's go.
We're not done. We got two people that didn't react to this. You just went on a tangent saying it's common, which it is.
No, I didn't say it's common. You said it's common, and it's not.
It is common because she could have. She probably could have came back in WWE, but WWE didn't want to invest in Paige. There was no investment in there.
Go on. How do you feel about this match? What do you think? Buster Ray's comeback.
I'm just glad to see her in the ring again. You know what I mean? Regardless of, we knew some rust was going to be there. She hasn't wrestled in years. You know what I mean? The match wasn't good. You know what I mean? But I wasn't expecting it to be good. You know what I mean? Because it's ring rust involved. It really shouldn't have been thrown on the paper.
May I speak on the injury situation?
But, it was overall, I was glad to see her back. That was the only positive about the match. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna speak on the injury situation. Every everybody's injury is unique to them. So Christian had several concussions, and he was told he couldn't wrestle anymore, but he came back. Look at Bret Hart. Bret Hart got concussed. He can't wrestle no more. So each injury is unique to that
Bret
person.
Hart came back numerous times to wrestle light matches, but
No. What I mean by what I mean by wrestling is meaning no other person is carrying him. It's him wrestling. The matches were only like
we
five,
get
10
that.
minutes.
The only positive in this match, get off Sasha Banks' nuts for just like for the page kicking the back of the head. Now she's back. Everybody got off her nuts, whatever. That's what I gotta say with that.
I mean, look at Edge. Edge had like 3 surgeries. I mean, so it depends on the injury, the extent of the injury. So I mean, William Regal, I didn't know he couldn't wrestle no more, so I don't know what his issue is. Jason
Real
Jordan,
a long time ago. He is super brittle. But
Jason Jason Jordan can't wrestle because he does not have feeling in his hands. That's why he can't wrestle.
yeah, Kurt Angle doesn't either, but he
No,
did.
Kurt Angle's injury a little different. It's
I'm
not.
telling you, he didn't have feeling in his hand.
He
But
didn't
the
have.
triple threat match,
He had a broken neck.
Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, a bad ending.
So who has both titles?
Joe, AEW needed a Joe to have 2 titles like WWE does. So I guess that was the reason why they won. But you know,
So what you got your undisputed what TNT championship?
undisputed mid card championship of ROH. That makes no fucking sense. But you know, I think the TBS title is just cursed. So it's just like you either get a shit run or it's hot potato. Like it makes no sense.
Okay, what is all right. My question is with AEW, why can't they think of a decent title name? You got TNT championship, the
It's a TV
TBS. What?
but Warlow has another shit title reign because when he won, then he feud with Smart Mark Sterling for like weeks on end, and then War Joe came up, and then
Ford Show. That sounds like an action figure, GI Joe. Ford Show.
Hey, that's what it was. Anybody else like this match?
I wanted Hobbs to win.
No shit.
Yeah.
I wanted Hobbs to win so bad.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
And it's like Hobbs didn't win, and now Hobbs won the feud. Hobbs won the feud against Ricky, and Ricky's about to get a world title shot.
Wait. I thought Ricky beat Hobbs on Rampage.
The last match of the feud was at All Out, which Hobbs won.
Hey, shout out to Scorpio Sky for having 2 shit TNT title reigns, but whatever.
shout out to Jay Lethal. Okay.
We'll talk about that next. Hollywood, did you like this match? Just 2 big meaty men slapping meaty chests.
I mean, the meats was a present pause, but you know
except for Warlow that was doing cruiserweight moves for no fucking reason.
whisper in the wind, you know, variation of it.
The whisper in the wind.
You know,
Whisper in the wind.
yeah, it was. I didn't like it. You know, this is another.
This match they tell me I need more Powerhouse Hobbs on my TV.
Yeah, I
Like
wanted
him and Ricky.
Ricky Starks looks like a modern day Rock. Okay, so I mean,
but yeah, bad match. This is definitely a forgettable.
Ricochet just beat Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
The
flippy floppers.
The flippity floppers get the win.
Well, that was telegraphed once Santos beat Butch. So you knew Ricochet.
so what is this? What are they in a tournament for? What?
It's the World Cup for the IC title.
Gunther again?
Yeah, the face Gunther.
Right.
The face Gunther.
Again.
What was the next match? Oh, Darby Allin and Sting versus Jeff Harvey. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff Jarrett and
Jay Lethal.
This is a fuck match of all fuck matches.
You never listen. You can never really rate a Sting match. All those Sting
it was
matches are either
whatever.
like all those Sting matches are like fatal 4-way, street fights, falls count anywhere, no DQs to protect them, but they're always like fun. And Sting is like one of only 3 undefeated people in AEW.
So.
Match. 2 out of 2.5 out of 5. But just a
you trust that? You trust that lethal injection? That coffin drop? Okay.
I just don't like the burial. Jay Lethal just be doing just shit.
You put your faith in Jay Lethal, okay?
Jay Lethal is amazing, but
okay.
he's
so
getting a shit run at AEW, so
that bad finisher he got took the lethal injection. Let me springboard off this rope into an RKO.
A cutter.
Or whatever. That should put some butts in the sheet, right?
I guess. And fucking Jeff Jarrett's back, so that's enough right there.
Well, that's just bad right there.
What's bad? That he's wrestling or that he got hired?
No, that he's doing another Sting angle in another promotion.
Okay.
He
not doing Sting angles.
Okay.
Jeff Jarrett don't know how to stay retired. Okay.
Neither.
He is just so bad. He's bad all around. He's boring.
Shout out to Jay Lethal injection. Anybody got any comments about this match?
I mean, I give it a 1.5 out of 5.
It's Sting. It's to put butts in the seats. That's it. Pop the crowd.
I guess that coffin drop did it all, right?
All right. The next match was for the AEW Women's Championship. No more interim shit. Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm. I'm sorry, that ain't it. Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm. Jamie Hayter gets the win.
It's a really good match. Definitely one of the 3 best matches on the card. It was really.
It was good. Okay.
I hate the overbooking, and I mean I expected Britt to turn on Jamie, but I guess it was too soon for that. So it's going to happen. To give
it was overbooked as fuck.
But again, if you're involved with Britt Baker, your matches will be overbooked because that ending was
obnoxious.
Absurd. That ending was absurd, but it was still a very, very good match. Happy Jamie Hayter's got her turn in her time. I'm satisfied.
Okay, I mean, this was one of the better matches on the card. I mean, it was solid for what it was. Jamie got the win. I'm happy for her. The fans was fucking with it. They was happy. It was a solid job. It was a nice 3 out of 5, maybe 3.5. But I'll go 3.
Besides the overbooking, it seemed some moments that Tony Storm was just like not into it, kind of, or just like maybe like sandbagging certain spots, but whatever. Maybe that's just me watching it. Other than that, Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim Part 3. Not a great match at all. We know, we understand it's a trilogy, just include Swerve and Lee. I don't know why it's still going with this. The Acclaim kind of running from FTR or not getting booked against FTR. Maybe we'll get that then and now. But yeah, the first match was the best match, and then AEW knew they fucked up with the finish, so they put the belts on the Acclaim, and then we got the trilogy, and Lee walked out the match, and then the Acclaim won. So it was whatever. It was what it was. We knew who the finisher was going to be on. Now, are we going to get FTR versus the Acclaim? Probably not, because Tony still wants to protect the Acclaim. So that's just my thinking of it. Jeremy?
Oh, I'm watching something with Sammy and Jay. Jay just caught Sammy in a lie, and the wheels keep turning. First things first with this match, we got a first in AEW. Caster with 2 verses. He was feeling it. I think it's one of those things where um companies will try to capitalize on the electricity of the first match and try to replicate it. This match was better than their second match. Nothing was. It's like when we were going to get when we got Uso Street Profits the second time after the Money in the Bank match, and like it just didn't work. I'm happy the feud is over. I do like the twist that instead of Keith Lee just snapping on Swerve, he was like, "Nah, Doc, I'm just out." So it did like it probably needed to happen, but I like the storylines that we got coming out of it. We got the Swerve and Lee to see what they're going to do. The Acclaim got a really good like feud and win as champions. Um, they're probably like the most over people in AEW next to maybe the Elite right now. So it's great. I expect them to probably defend the belts that Winter's coming. I don't know if we're going to get them versus FTR since FTR still has 3 other championships that they got to defend. But it's tag team wrestling and it's good tag team wrestling. I can't really complain about that. So it was a good match. I give it a 3 out of 5.
Hollywood.
I mean, it was an okay match. I mean, it was all right. 3 out of 5, definitely. Maybe even like a 2.5, 2.8 type shit. But 3 out of 5 seems good. I mean, I like I want to see what's going on with Swerve and Lee, where this about to go. And I'm just happy this joint over. They could go their separate ways. We don't gotta see Swerve bringing out the pliers trying to break niggas' hands anymore and shit. I mean,
That was funny.
Turned into a Saw movie.
yeah.
We all know the main event: MJF versus Moxley. Probably second best match on the card. Regal with the swerve. MJF continues to be in the best performer, best wrestler, best storyteller in AEW. Hands down, it's not even a debate. Just like he brings out the best in every opponent he has, bringing out the best storyline in every opponent he has, including Darby Allin. Remember he wrestled him?
Beat Darby Allin with a headlock takeover.
So remember, MJF is not. Was he a pillar? Was he on the
Yes.
pillar shirt?
Yes.
Okay. And then he got argued that he was going to get replaced by Britt Baker, by Punk. Gave probably Punk his best feud. I was gave. Nah, he didn't give Mox his best feud, but it can go a different way because of Regal's betrayal. The only person he fucked over was Wardlow because Tony Khan wasn't paying him. We all know that. And then gave Jericho his best work with the one of many factions Jericho is running. So second best match on the card. Moxley still Plumber Moxley according to Cornette, but
Plumber Moxley.
How'd y'all feel about it?
Plumber. I mean, it was a solid match. I mean, I guess you could say second or maybe the best match on the card. I mean, it was definitely a 4 out of 5. I mean, good joint. MJF always, you know what you're gonna get storyline wise, match wise, all that with him. I mean, Mox did his thing too. The Regal betrayal is, the most.
That's the thing. That's the thing that got me. Like, it was so obvious Regal was going to turn that I didn't want him to turn.
Well, overall, and I like what happened after the match. MJF in his little press conference, whatever.
Oh, no, you got to go before that. Did you see him mocking CM Punk when he did the whole holding the belt on the ramp and then doing the Snow Angels? Everybody at home is just taking shots to CM Punk right now.
Hey, it's deserved. It deserved shot. But I mean, it was a solid match. I this was one of the better Jones. Fire main event. So 4 out of 5.
I definitely like this second feud between the two was a lot different than their first. You remember their first feud was during the pandemic, and Mox couldn't Mox couldn't use the paradigm shift, or he would lose the championship. Mm, excuse me. No, it was really really good storytelling. And I like the fact the only thing the thing I didn't like about the feud was it was the some of the build up was like painting MGF and like a sympathetic light, which I really didn't like. That's actually kind of that's kind of goes all the way back to this feud with CM Punk, but I do like you see how important Moxley is to the company, what kind of how good of a professional wrestler he is. He's getting booed. He's like, okay, I'll just play the heel in this match. MJF's getting cheered, and he's able to just flip it and turn the storyteller. Which is really good. And sometimes
I
the
will.
action isn't the greatest, but we can see when certain things outside of maybe the wrestling ability or
I will. I
the
will. I
crowd
will.
can elevate the match, and that's what I think that's what Mox did, playing into the jeers that he was getting for the crowd, help elevate the match.
I'll bring up how Moxley's probably the weakest of all the AEW champions. Not his fault, but
Weakest
it is.
in what way? They've only had 5 champions.
He's one of the weakest. I mean, it's a history of the unfortunate events that just has him just like, hey,
Weakest in what way?
just like a draw, just like the way he works. It's just like his second reign, he was just facing random fucking people. It made no sense. But hey, let's have this Dante Martin versus John Moxley. You like that? Not really, but whatever. We're gonna have that. But I'll talk about that later, next show maybe. Thanks for eating a honey bun on live. Fair enough. Okay, if you're that hungry. I'm gonna get into a would you rather segment. You didn't mute yourself. I can still hear the crackling, but whatever. Would you rather segment, and we're gonna go with Swerve Strickland, and I'm gonna go with other people that are in this lane. So, would you rather Swerve Strickland or Carmelo Hayes?
Swerve.
I thought Melo don't miss. What happened?
Melo don't miss. Swerve's just better.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think Swerve.
Now we turn on Carmelo Hayes. Nice. Swerve Strickland or Ricochet?
Swerve.
I guess it's Swerve's house all over the place.
I'm gonna go Ricochet.
I ain't mad at that. I think Swerve's really, 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 really good. And
I'm gonna go with Ricochet.
Really underrated.
Ricochet has more athleticism and charisma.
Ricochet has more charisma than Swerve.
Yeah, I don't know about the charisma. The athleticism, yeah, but the charisma, no.
Just a personal opinion.
I mean, you could be wrong in a personal opinion.
What?
Anyways, Swerve Strickland or Dante Martin?
Swerve.
Yeah, Swerve.
Now we turn on Top Flight? All right. I see where this is going. Swerve Strickland or Rich Homie Swan?
Rich Homie Swan. Swerve Strickland.
One was a top champion. So
look. Dump fire promotions don't count.
Nice pass. Swerve.
You just gonna say Swerve for every? Okay.
Yeah, let me take the Swerve on that one.
Damn, one was Impact champion. What are we doing?
Next.
Yikes. I see we're doing GM mode. You're gonna put Strickland to the top. Let's like, all right, top champion. Take everything. Enjoy yourself. Anyways, all right. Let's put Swerve Strickland, Wesley.
Swerve.
Yeah, Swerve wins again.
Yikes. What is he winning with? Charisma alone? Just that's it.
Oh no, Swerve is the full package. He can wrestle. He can go face. He can go heel. He can talk on the mic. He's got the look. He's got the charisma. He is the full package. He just is. It's that simple. Like, what is he actually missing as a professional wrestler?
I guess the recognition as a top performer, but that's it.
Like we know that he's that good. It's like,
but you pick Swerve over Ricochet. Well, Ricochet's like
Ricochet's a great in-ring talent, but Ricochet has still not gotten better on the mic. He's not as charismatic or confident as Swerve, and he doesn't pull off just. I hate to use this cliche, but the it factor Swerve has it. Ricochet's still missing something, but he's got the moves. If Ricochet had if he had a manager that could talk for him most of the time, if he can only talk sporadically, he'd probably be a bigger star. But he's still missing something. But he can go. But when I say, I need you to go out there and do 20 minutes with somebody and give me a 4-star banker, he can do it. He's just missing something. Swerve is the complete package.
Fair enough. Now we get a whole representation of what you're talking about. Makes sense. So all the black performers, he just has it.
If I go all of the black performers in AEW, WWE,
that can flippy flop,
NXT, and Impact, I'd probably put Swerve at the top, Keith Lee at the top, Montez Ford at the top.
Ricochet is missing a mouthpiece.
And then that was my next person, Montez Ford to Keith Lee. Or not Montez Ford or Swerve.
Montez Ford. He got athleticism. I mean,
I still go with Swerve because Swerve has the more experience as a singles wrestler, and Montez has been nothing but a tag team wrestler. So until he gets like that inevitable 2-3 year singles run, Montez got the height, the look, he's got everything. I need to see him in more.
It's Montez Ford. Like now we're just lying to ourselves. We're just lying to ourselves.
No, I told you I was still picking Swerve.
Montez had a match with Roman Reigns. What else?
Cam, you picked one match. I said a couple years run as a singles competitor.
With Swerve. Then that's where you pick one match with them, right?
Swerve versus Leo Rush NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
And you're not going to pick Leo Rush over him anyway. So what was the point?
You're right, but you said pick one match. I can pick a lot of Swerve matches.
I picked the main event match that Montez Ford was in, but against a top champion.
It was really good. It was.
You picked a guy who quit most of his time, but
sure.
okay.
But I told you about I'm picking Swerve.
Okay, so Montez Ford, Hollywood versus Swerve.
Yeah, I mean, give me Montez.
And they want, but Dawkins, I guess the rumors of Montez going single got Dawkins to step his game up. So I mean, if you call it rumors or not, Dawkins still stepped his game up to make it still a tag team.
Montez is a better wrestler than Swerve.
Shut.
Angelo Dawkins is a collegiate wrestler. We're not going to disrespect him like that. I'm just saying.
No, Angelo Dawkins he's not bad. He's not bad at all.
Versus what you're saying, but
I mean, I think Montez Ford will probably be the better singles competitor. He's probably he's better. He's a better singles competitor, but they both can wrestle like that. So let's not. I think as far as performance wise, they're better than Swerve as far as performance wise.
And to wrap it up with for a little comedic factor, I'm gonna put Scripps up there for worst debut of all time, but
not of all time. Come on.
Okay, so Scripps versus Emelina.
Emelina.
Did you see?
I saw Scripps. I saw Scripps. Reggie could make that work.
Scripps is nonsense. He shout out the fucking Ultimo Dragon, as Twitter is calling them.
Pinto Acero Negro.
Or Serpento Negro. So Serpento Negro over Emelina.
Listen, his debut is not worse than the Gobbledygooker. It's not worse.
Gobbledygooker is in WWE history book, so I don't really count that as a bad debut.
Ringmaster.
The Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster. Ringmaster Stone Cold. The Shockmaster. Shockmaster's worse. That glittered.
It's a div. You're talking 30 years ago. What the fuck?
You still said worst. You didn't give me a time frame. You said worst. Shockmaster's debut is worse.
Worst debut of the last 10 years, maybe.
Now we turn on scripts.
Who's the Nick? Who's the Rosebud nigga?
The Bunny? Adam Rose?
Adam Rose. Did he have a bad debut?
No. Most of the NXT guys never really had bad debuts. It was the booking that came afterwards. Well, maybe except for No Way Jose. His debut was kind of lackluster.
Husky Harris?
We got Bray Wyatt, so.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to Scripps then.
And that Jeff Hardy Willow mask.
Willow? I'll put Glacier up there too, but whatever. That's way
RoboCop.
back. It's RoboCop. You can't.
Real life Sub-Zero. Yeah, that's bad.
Can't turn your back on RoboCop. But nonetheless, that was Full Gear. They're gonna keep making fun of Punk, I guess, because they side with the Elite. I don't think Punk's done with wrestling. That's just me. But nonetheless, don't forget Battle of the Brands, Bulletproof Gaming versus Blur Cartel. We are up. The Subaru brand is up. And we just keep getting better and better. Shout out to Mike Hennessy. Shout out to him taking the L's. He had to go sign Brock. He had to go sign The Rock. He had to do all these crazy ass signings. I get it. We making do what we got. Jeff Hardy is our champion. Rhea Ripley is our champion.
Shout out to Rhea Ripley.
I'm your mommy. How you just gonna crash somebody? The worst part is why was Dominic not already at the Thanksgiving dinner?
Right.
Because he wasn't welcome.
And I like the little details. Like Ray's at Thanksgiving dinner without his mask on. And Angie's asking the real questions. She's like, why are there cameras here? Such a great. It's up there with when it's up there with Randy storming Triple H's house. It's not. Listen, it's great. It's still not as good as Stone Cold going at Brian Pillman's house.
Pillman's got a gun.
But what they're doing with Dominic Mysterio, love it. How you gonna beat up your dad in his house, yo?
Right.
Jeremy Pierce, we can find you at
High Risk Wrestling Podcast every Saturday, but we'll be on Sunday because of Survivor Series tomorrow. It's gonna be a weird time since the WWE after Survivor Series, they're not running another premium live event until the Royal Rumble. They canceled day one and TLC, so this is like weird.
Catch us at Raw 30 though. I will be there.
We'll be there. Raw 30 tickets on sale, but we'll get more tickets will be released in the coming weeks. We'll be there for Raw 30. We'll be there for WrestleMania in Philly and whatever other wrestling show they got in Philadelphia that week. You can see me on Twitter, the 215. That's where all the other links are. Looking forward to War Games tomorrow. And it's the first War Games on the main roster, so they're going to go all out. I think the men match might be a little bit better, but I feel like the woman will do more crazy stuff.
I am happy.
Io's definitely jumping off that cage.
Right.
I'm happy that Survivor Series is returning back to the original format that it was, and none of this brand trash. I'm happy that it's returning to the way it was.
Oh, thanks.
Are you not entertained?
How you think so we can find you at?
War Games tomorrow. But you can find me at Hollywood_Sensei 215 on TikTok. Running the numbers up. Also tomorrow, Welcome to Hollywood, episode 8. You know what I mean? Make it make sense tomorrow. Blur Cartel After Dark. We are going on tomorrow. You know, I ain't gonna fall asleep.
Oh, don't forget. Oh, and next week, by next weekend, we will have the next episode of the Filthy Casual up. It will be chosen by Hollywood wrestling feuds that we never got or feuds that were teased and never happened. And we'll have our Survivor Series game show. I'm letting you know right now, guys, this one's kind of hard.
Yeah, them questions. Yeah, yesterday I was like, God damn, we was live. Boy, I done took an L.
But that's what we got going on for everybody.
We'll see you next week. Follow the Blur Cartel. Like, share, subscribe, enable notifications. Follow us on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch. Everything will be uploaded. Don't worry, the YouTube is back. See y'all niggas later.
Oh, y'all got that copyright strike? I've had 3 of them so far.
Yeah, we had to take a chill pill. You know what I'm saying?
The copyright.
We out of here. You know, we gonna be our best behaviors.